Hello, my name is Lynn Silva and I do micro videos online, and I have in 3 months gone from entrepreneur to little itty bitty entrepreneur. And today I want to share my journey of how I got there and do an unbiased, honest review of James Smiley's, Kevin Harrington's, Kolton Krottinger and JR Rivas, and their program that is called MentorLab. So in the review today, I'm gonna cover, is it worth the money? Is it meant for somebody like you? What is the quality of the content and the things that are in the program? What are the experiences that other members have had and what their journey has been like? We're gonna talk about the pros and the cons. And we're also going to touch a little bit on what your alternatives are as opposed to MentorLab. And then I'm gonna show you a little peek inside the actual MentorLab site. And then I'm gonna wrap it up with a special offer for you today. So the first thing I wanna cover is the quality of the content and the types of people that you're gonna find inside MentorLab. But in order to do that, I need to talk about the months leading up to the actual release and opening of the MentorLab program and what was going on. So MentorLab is actually a spin-off of another program James originally started with Kevin Harrington called, I think it was called Elite Coaching. And he had a free Facebook group that he did all kinds of trainings in all the time, high value training. It's now renamed and it's called NBBA, Never Be Broke Again. Well, in the months before MentorLab was launched, James was going in there a lot, and he would do live trainings and just demonstrate. He would do screen shares, demonstrate his funnels, demonstrate his D100 list. He would interact with everybody on the lives and everybody who watched the replays, and he would ask, what do you want to hear? What do you need to know? Ask me anything, things like that. So when MentorLab came out and it was released and I actually got access to the program, James actually had taken what everybody had been asking for, what their weaknesses were, what their pain points were. He took all of that and just like lumped it into a MentorLab. So the quality is absolutely astounding. It's $1 million content and $1 million coaching. The types of people that are in MentorLab, I was actually worried that I would be behind and not as skilled or not as ready or not as accomplished as some of the members, and I'm not by a long shot. But somehow there are people in there that are making 6 figures and people who have let go or sold their business and they're starting from scratch. There's other more new type people, newbies like me, that are still trying to find their place in the online business sector. So it's varying degrees of skill and levels. So I want to cover some of the alternatives because there are alternatives to this program, and there are several. It is entirely possible for you to go out and purchase a course that will help you with your mindset. And those courses, they're multiple thousands of dollars. You can go out and get purchase a course on course building. There's also all these experts that you can get to teach you how to build amazing funnels. And then there's social media experts that will show you how to build authority and gain social proof. But what you'll do, each of these courses, probably for a good one that's viable, is probably at least an average of $1,000. These are definitely the alternatives, and they're all wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to cover the pros and the cons, and of course we're going to start with the pros. MentorLab is like, it's a one-stop shop for making money online. So basically, the way I see it is that you can really save thousands and thousands of dollars in buying separate trainings for marketing, for coaching, for mindset, for leveling up. You can save all of that because MentorLab covers all of it, regardless of where you're at in your business. Another pro is that you can always get help in the private Facebook group. And because there's so many people in varying time zones, your questions are usually answered pretty rapidly. There's also, you have unlimited Voxer access to Kolton Krottinger, which is amazing. Then a while back, they set up these pods. So they separated us into groups for accountability and motivation, which is really good in between the weekly coaching calls. The other thing that is of high value, and I didn't even realize it, is just the connections that are available because of the private Facebook group and the relationships that you're going to have the opportunity to build. It pretty much lays out the foundation for future JV ventures and future partnerships. And I didn't really see that at first. Another pro is that there's a lot of extras. So during the coaching calls, if somebody is struggling with building a funnel for a certain type of campaign they're doing, James will say, hey, Lavinia, send so-and-so my funnel on this, or send so-and-so my training on this. So they all go out of their way and just above and beyond to make sure we have the tools that we need for success. The last pro that I want to talk about is the fact that James and Kolton and JR have contracted with Kevin Harrington, and he will also be doing coaching calls in MentorLab. Right now, I know he is contracted for 10. So now I'm going to go into 3 of the cons that I've noticed, and this is just my opinion. The first one is that when MentorLab first started, we used to do coaching calls 2 times a week. There was one on Tuesdays in the evenings, and then one on Thursdays at noon Central Time. Now it's just the Thursday call at noon. And so I really, really kind of miss that. I wish it was still 2 coaching calls per week. But I will say that the coaching call on Thursday lasts until everyone's questions are answered. The second con is also related to the coaching calls. And it's actually been alleviated at least the last month or so. At first, either James or JR or Kolton would pick on people to put them in the hot seat. And this was when you received the one-on-one coaching and got your questions answered. And so in a way, I was really, really shy then, and we were a new group, so we were getting to know each other. But in a way, it was leaving out somebody who really had a question, but they just weren't that type A personality where they would just speak up. But as time has gone on, we all know each other and we're very comfortable. And so they just let us come on. We can just unmute our mics whenever we want and come on and ask questions instead of just picking someone. And then the last con, I don't even feel like it's fair putting it as a con. During the week, when you have a question, especially if it's specifically for Kolton or James or JR, they are so busy and it's sometimes hard to get a direct answer from the 3 of them right away. But, they have multi-million-dollar businesses they're running. But the good news is that they can combat this with the Facebook group, because I can go in literally at 2 p.m. or 2 a.m., ask a question, and somebody will answer it probably in less than 30 to 45 minutes. I want to share my journey just since April of 2019 to present moment. I had the most extreme fear of being on camera and going live. And if you do videos, you know that this is really contradictory. but it had me completely stagnant in my business. I had no chance of growing until I dealt with this. And so I want to show you, this is me literally crying in an early coaching session. We were talking, I opened up and talked about my speech impediment and how people have made fun of me and how I'm really shy and nervous on camera. James really shared, Kolton shared, and the group that was in the coaching session on this particular evening really reached out and encouraged me. So fast forward to 3 months later, and this is me just here recently on my main profile. And obviously I have no fear of going live. But in addition to that, somehow in the past month, somehow because of MentorLab, I've managed to secure 2 clients with no funnel, no site, and no paid advertising. So having said that, I'm going to give you an actual peek inside of MentorLab. So this right here is just one of the courses, and it's called 7-Figure Success Path. And the reason I want you to see this is because you can see how far I've gone. I've gone to right here. This is number 2. This is one course. And I've already made, just by going this far and doing the coaching calls, I've increased my business in the last month by $532. That was just 7-Figure Success Path. Then you have these separate courses. And lastly, the other thing I want to cover in here is this one section that's right at the top, and it's called How to Make Your Money Back. See, it's almost 2 hours, and it literally shows 12 different ways. It doesn't just give you 12 different ways. They explain to you step by step how to go about setting up each of those 12 different ways. So it's almost like MentorLab is free. So this is it. This is the full review of MentorLab. It's $297 a month, and you're handed multiple ways of how to make that much or more back fast. So here is the special offer for taking the time and listening to this today. I will give you 11 customized high-quality micro videos. My smallest package is $500, and that's for 20. So this is easily worth $250. So one of the videos is actually what I call a business card video, and it showcases your business and your product or your packages. And you can use that on and pin it on your Facebook groups. You can use it on your website, or you can use it in social media platforms. Then the other 10 micro videos are 10 quotes or statistics that you can splatter all over Facebook and Instagram in your feed or as stories. And the way you get this is by signing up for MentorLab through my affiliate link, which should be in here somewhere. So if you decide that MentorLab is for you and you would like the extra bonus of 11 micro videos, use the link that's provided and go ahead and sign up. I will be stoked, super excited, happy to see you in the group, and be contacting you soon to personalize your 11 videos. That's it. Thank you so much. And most of all, never ever give up. Never give in, and always pull from within.